All right, good morning, guys. Welcome back. I mislabeled the last day. I fixed it this morning, so I apologize for that because I had two day 42s. Last few days been really hectic, so it's like I have to make the video, put it up, and then go back to what I'm doing. And I haven't been able to even title them or write descriptions, as you can see. But I'll get to it. Just be patient with me. Per from Sweden reminded me to talk about the meditation bicycle, and I was able to dig up my write-up on it. And I'm going to ask you guys to email me if you want a copy. What I'm going to do is actually write an ebook. And if you're interested in that ebook, let me know through email. I'll leave it in the description, I promise. Let me know through email if you want a copy of it. I quite like the idea. I find it kind of clever. Okay, so I'll briefly go over it with you. There's quite a few sections, and I'll break it up within the next few days. So the meditation bicycle, I use the sport activity, leisure activity of bicycle, because I think for the most part it can be universally understood. And I think even the poorest countries, people use bicycles. I mean, if not mopeds or motorbikes, so it could be understood. It has to be a pedaling device to kind of get the idea. If any of you guys that are watching have no experience with a meditation bicycle, give me a shout and let me know as we go through this what your experience is. But I am almost willing to bet that most of you do have experience with bicycles, so we'll see. Okay, so the first part I'll mention today is the learning stage of a bicycle, learning how to ride a bicycle. And let's compare that just quickly to someone who is a professional or an athlete who goes out onto the interstate and they just ride for the whole day. So you can see now there's a process by which somebody would go through and learn bicycle riding. And there's different levels of the exercise and the activity in terms of hobby to leisure activity to sport to competition. So I want to use the bicycle as an example or analogy to that of the body. So one of the first things that you need to do is get the body right. One of the first things that you need to do is make sure you have a functioning bicycle. You got two wheels that roll and there are no dents or flat tires. The pedals work. The chain works and it's lubricated. And you have some handlebars that are straight. That'll keep you straight. And you have brakes. Brakes in the front and brakes in the back that work. So this is a pretty complex machine, just like the body. And if anything is not working right, it compromises the whole activity itself. Training wheels. At times you might need training wheels, and when you're just learning to ride a bicycle, I remember I used training wheels. That was a long time ago, but I no longer need to. This could be considered a training wheel, right? And there's a process of removing the training wheels, getting to the point where you need to remove the training wheels. And there's a process of building confidence. And then now there's the idea of the process of dealing with distractions, right? So let's say you want to take your bike out into the highway, but you live in the city. So it's easy for me to visualize, because I grew up in the city, and this is in Texas, and there's country roads outside the city. I would have to take the back roads, but I could eventually get to the hill country, let's say, from just outside of downtown is where I grew up. And just if we talk about distractions, if we talk about the level of awareness that you need in a 360 direction so that you don't get injured or hurt yourself or somebody else, you can start to think of the level of awareness that you need, the level of focus on what's around you, to from the city to that of the countryside, where it's just a long stretch. And let's say you're riding facing traffic. You don't have to worry about traffic behind you, so you see the traffic that's coming in front of you. You can imagine now that there's a level of awareness that resides, and you can focus on what you're doing, and you can sort of get in the zone. So meditation is like this as well. Once you get the components right, all the distractions, the thoughts, the emotions, the breathing in sync and working together, you can then go into that zone I talk about, and you can go into the coasting sort of realm, right? So that's the first section of it, and you sort of get an idea in a visual sense of the process of meditation, and it helps to kind of break up the components of the body, the emotion, the breathing, the mental energy, the body's energy, and we can then start to put pieces together and get an idea of what this practice is. Because if you just sit down and just close your eyes, where do you start? What do you do? What do you think about? How do you breathe? How should the back be? How should the posture be? Should I be slouching? You know, all these sort of things are good questions. And if you have a good map and a good plan that can help you tick off each one, it really helps in expediting your practice and the process. So let me stop there, and I would like to start off with the first part, making sure that your bicycle is in order. And this is what actually we've been talking about in our posture, and mostly the posture and in the breath, these two crucial basic components. So the posture is your bicycle. Are the bicycle's components working together in sync to build that posture? So this has to do with the comfortability of the knees, the comfortability of the back and your neck, keeping your head suspended, sitting cross-legged or sitting on a chair. You'll have a different bike to fit your body type. Okay, and I don't know why my nose itches. And then so there's that. So you check that first. So let's do that. Check that. Now this is a different. We could say that I'm riding a different bike today than what I usually do. Usually in the meditation shack, I'm sitting cross-legged on a big comfy pillow. Today I'm using this training wheel and sitting on my knees. So I'm sitting on a wood floor. Now, after a while, my knees will start to hurt. What I might want to do if I'm doing a long meditation session, is put a cushion under my knees, right? But for a short session, this is actually quite comfortable, and I really like I said before, I really like the way this erects my spine, or gives me a chance to erect my spine. So I'm going to use this bicycle today, and then I'll see how it rides on the road, right? All right. Well, if you, I'm sorry for talking a little bit too long there, but if you have not already started, let's go ahead and start, and let's just get a few moments of mindfulness in.